So we are here on this wonderful pie day, and honestly, I sound a lot more awake than I am right now. So let's see. So I did start a new save file because I did not like where the old oil locations were. So I went ahead and it took me, I don't even want to say how long, to find this oil spot and this oil spot together on the same save. So now once I upgrade to the $24,000 ranch and then the $36,000 ranch, I will have all of my oil spots towards the middle of the map, which I like. So let's go do some oiling, see how much money we got. I think between the two of them, we should have enough for a full barrel at least. I also gotta paint this car. I do not like the grayish. It's not very cool. Definitely not Ully style at all. Okay. Oh, I actually really like that. Okay. We're gonna go with that then. Um, Hawk, if you want to skip the intros, that's totally fine. I usually switch over at exactly 11 a.m. Eastern time. It just kind of gives everybody a chance once I get through posting all the links and everything to kind of tune in so they can see what's going on. But yeah, I totally feel that. Oh, thank you. $32. Nice. Oh, I forgot to take all this stuff out. That's okay. That to the back. Perfect. I know I'm not talking as much as I usually do today, but I'm still getting over being sick from last week. And so my throat is still a little sore, and yeah, I'm still a mess, but we're here. I am not going to be streaming next week because the Chaos Twins will be out on spring break, and they tend to say some really, really off the wall stuff. So I will not subject you guys to that. Sometimes they're really funny, and then sometimes the things that they say are just weird for no reason. Gonna fit? No. Okay. Thought he changed my mouse settings, but that's okay. Little $700 right quick. Definitely trying to hold off on building anything super expensive. I obviously don't want to stay on the $6,000 ranch. I want the $36,000 one because that's just... Hey, Speed, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, I definitely want to get the $36,000 ranch like as soon as possible. So maybe we'll go hunt some predators. I haven't done any of the hunter quests yet. Got a decent amount of gas in there, so I won't worry about that for now. Thanks, Speed. I appreciate that. Because when I started playing, there were not that many videos that I could find of how to do specific things in the game. And a lot of the ones that I saw were just kind of, yeah, you know, you put this fence piece down here, and then you put another fence piece down here, and then you just kind of try to line them up, but it doesn't always work, and 20 minutes to get a straight fence was crazy to me. So I was like, oh. So I started poking people's brains, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, how do you do this? And what's the, you know, like, how often do the sprinklers go off and things like that. And decided to put the guides together. Okay. My OCD does not allow for a crooked fence either. Absolutely not. So I could not deal with it. I needed to figure out how to get the fence straight, and then I read Red Panda's guide, and I was like, oh, so why are so many people still having problems with the fences? And I was like, well, maybe it's the wording that he used. So I made the fence video. Yeah, Hawk, it's 18 clicks for a 90-degree angle, but you can do, there's like a bunch of different angles that you can do, and basically make any shape that you want to. It's just not 1,000 eggs on the ranch. Yeah, well, the lag was from the 1,000 eggs for sure. That's insane. You really had 1,000 eggs? Like you counted them, or like I need to know. Uh, That tree came out of nowhere. I swear. Where are we going now? You're supposed to go up. Thank you. What are you doing, ma'am? Okay. This is how we're doing today. Full send. Up the hill. Go. You can do it. Go! Yes. Thank you. Lord. I think I can go up there from here, but we'll try. I am so tired today. I got like 4 hours of sleep last night. And it's my own fault because I just stayed up late, but I'm so tired. Oh, please don't fall. I can't. Definitely need to watch my own videos so I can remember how to get up the stupid cliff. I don't want to have to go all the way back down, but I'm probably gonna have to. That was supposed to come in from over there, I think. I don't know. The rocks all look the same. Excuse me? What? Really? Okay. These rocks are awful. Hello? Oh, I'm over at the edge of the map. That would be why. I'm not awake. I've had my coffee. Yep, I passed it. It's right there. I mean... It's Friday, and on top of that, it's the Friday. Mine freezes a lot. Hmm. That's weird. Don't jump off the side. I really do not want you to. Honestly, you guys, I could follow my own video and I would still get lost. It's kind of ridiculous sometimes. I'm so directionally challenged. Yep. Good job. Over there? I am streaming on Twitch, yes. I stream on YouTube and Twitch every Friday. Well, I try to do it every Friday, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Me and my chaos. On. Really? Did I pass it or something? Because I know there was like one way to come up here that was kind of janky. Too early in the morning. The coffee's not working. I should have just went back to bed. But we here. It's okay. Make it work. Rude. Further left. Okay. Aha. Oh, yep. Yeah, I always remember this little spot right here. Because it took me forever to get up it. Jump! There we go. Up this way. Alright. How much money we got? 13. Okay. Does the game have a roadmap? There are so many great suggestions on the Discord channel. There are a lot of great suggestions on the Discord channel. There is not a roadmap right now, simply because we've had reports of people's animals just randomly dying, even though they have food and water, and we're investigating that right now. Kind of wanted to fix that before we start adding in a bunch of new stuff. Um, just because it doesn't make sense to add a bunch of new stuff when people can't even keep their animals alive. Like, how are you supposed to make cheese and like, you know, have your sausages and stuff if your pigs and cows keep dying? So we're working on that. I was just testing some of it the other day, and we think we might have figured out the problem. So we passed that off to the devs so that they could go ahead and get to work on that. And then hopefully we should have a fix for that soon, and then they will start working on the roadmap situation. There are definitely more updates planned for this year, though. I can tell you that. And they will be for the base game and the DLC map. So the base game has not been abandoned at all. I know there's a lot of rumors going around about that. You had 5 cows die in a minute? Jeez. Yeah, I think it's got something to do, or we think it's got something to do with, like the cows being outside of your render range when you load in. So if you can, when you load in, make sure to like run around to all of your animals so that you can see all of them, and that should help. So you're not like as long as you see them once or twice a day, you should be perfectly fine, and they shouldn't like die or anything. Yeah, that's I mean, that's the bug, Hawk. That's what it's been doing. Um I just had to go earlier today and help somebody out because they only had like 2 pigs, and both of the pigs died, and they had no money to buy any new ones. I felt so bad for them. Let me stop and get some gas while I'm here. Turn, thank you. Come on. There we go. Ain't nothing like the Wawa parking lot. Yeah, it's really frustrating. The only thing I can say is definitely when you load in the save, make sure that you, like I said, just run by them and, you know, look at them and stuff, because if they're not in render range, they're like they won't load in, and then if they don't load in, they're missing their feed timer. So then they just starve to death, even though there's food right there in front of them. We did send it off to the devs, and I promise they're working on it. It's just, there's only 2 of them, and it's their first major game, so They take a little bit longer than some others do, but we love them anyway. I'm still on the sale. Oh. Your dog is still missing. Did you assign it to a doghouse or fence it in? It happens that way sometimes. Oh, maybe we should get some pigs. Alright. Let's go back and empty this out. And sleep. Build a little pig nest. Really? No. Which one? It wasn't assigned to a doghouse and it wasn't fenced in? I mean, think about the pets, especially the dogs, is if you're not going to fence them in, then they need to be assigned to a doghouse. Otherwise they just kind of wander off like the rest of the animals do. So I like to assign them to the doghouse, put their food right next to it, and they pretty much stick around for the most part. Sometimes if they wander too far away from the doghouse, I think I've seen like a desync before with that, but otherwise they stay pretty close to home. Hi, Shane. Good morning. Okay. Put the pigs over here. Not gonna make this very big. Oh no. I made a square. Oh no, these are pigs. New to game commented on one of your vids the other day about animals dying, and now I catch you live. Oh! Well, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it. Yep, the animals dying is a known issue. I was just talking about it a few seconds ago. But yeah, it's a known issue. We're working on it. It's just figuring out what the problem was, and we think we've got that figured out now. So we sent it over to the devs so they can implement it. And yeah, should be good soon. Also, if you're just coming in, happy Pi Day. If you're a math nerd like I am. Love Pi Day. Is the daily multiplier really random? Yeah. I mean, it's random in video games is such a weird word. Because, and I've actually discussed this with the team. We were talking about it the other day. We like the sandstorms on the DLC and the rainstorms on the base game. They are truly random, which means it's just, you know, a random chance that you're going to see them. But because of that, there's nothing that kind of stops the game from choosing a second rainstorm or a second sandstorm right after the sandstorm that you had just ended. So you could have 3 sandstorms in a row and it would still be considered random because it is completely random. And it's so bad. Been waiting for salami with egg to show up. Yeah, that happens. What I will say is it doesn't necessarily have to be salami with egg. As long as you have salami, you can still get the multiplier. Sometimes that I don't remember if they specifically have salami with egg as a part of it. That does explain the multiple sandstorms. I've gotten hit with them so many times myself. I was recording the video for the car quest, and right in the middle of the recording, I got hit with a sandstorm. So you couldn't even tell where I was going to pick up the items, so I had to record it all over again, and then got hit with a second sandstorm. It took me like 4 tries to record the video. It was so bad. Logged 108 days on the new DLC, and apart from death waves, only other issue had was animals vanishing when getting them out of the animal trailer. Heaps of fun though. It is heaps of fun. It really is. We do know about the animals vanishing too. That is another issue we've been working on. I think it was Kiwa that mentioned that you can stand on, well, I guess you can't stand on top of the animal trailer, but at least with the big truck, you can stand on top of it, and they seem to pop out of the truck just fine. Um, with the animal trailer, what I would suggest is save your game. Like, even if you have to just put a mattress down right quick, save your game before you pull the animals out of the trailer. Because that way, at the very least, if they disappear, you can always reload the save, and then they should be back, and you can just kind of keep trying. Otherwise, you can always just submit a ticket, and one of us will come in and give you back your cow. I've done it a couple of times now. Stocked up with beef and pork salami. So far, neither's shown up. Yeah, I want to say that it's not as specific as like salami with egg. I think it just shows up as like, beef sausage and pork sausage. And then you just get more if it's a salami that's cured instead of a salami that was boiled. And then the egg and stuff just raises the price of it. Yeah, see, it works fine for some people, but then for other people, they just, like, the cows just disappear. I even tested it and bought a big truck, went straight to the general store, bought 2 cows, loaded them in the back of the truck, brought them back to the ranch, and as soon as I pulled the cow out, it disappeared on me. I saved the file, sent it over to Red, and I was like, here you go. I have the vanishing cow right here. He loaded the save up and took the cows out completely fine. Every other time I tried it after that, it was completely fine, and I could take the cows out no problem. It was so frustrating. It's been really, really hard to diagnose because of that. Oh yeah, when the pigs are dying off themselves, I mean, that's saves you from having to use the stunner. Like my time settings are messed up. I can't believe it's already. You know what? I think I changed them the other day. I did. What I get for not checking my stuff. I hope they fix this too. I know it's just a visual thing, but it bothers me so much. I just don't want to drive the big truck. Oh yeah, I feel like this map is definitely going to be, like, oil is going to be the main money maker, just because you can have 5 oil wells on this one once you buy the more expensive maps, or the more expensive ranches. So I feel like that's probably going to be, like, the best part of this map. That and the fact that your friends can have their own ranch. Because I need things to be straight, and I need things to be organized, and my friends are not the same way. What updates am I hoping to see in the future? I would like to see more quests. I like the ones that we have now. Um, but I would like for there to be a few more. I would like to see something that we could do with the produce besides just selling it. Maybe a multiplier on that too. Um, and I don't know. Fishing. Fishing has always been a big one with me. I love fishing. I want to fish. My problem is I go too big with my builds. Oh, yeah, I did that at first too. And then I very quickly found out it didn't make sense for me being mainly a solo player to go through and spend all this time like putting together this massive build that I was going to end up working by myself. So I think I've built like 20 ranches at this point just because I kept starting over. With every new update, when something got added, I would start over again. So I started over after the horse and tree update because I wanted to make sure that I had plenty of room to plant trees. And I made a cute little tree farm. I'll have to do like a ranch tour one day of my base farm. I really like that one. Ranch, whatever. I'm from Alabama. A farm and a ranch is the same thing to me. Bread would be cool. I mean, maybe. Depending on how we do it. Depending on how the devs go there, it could be cool. To me, I would really, really love to see fishing, especially on the base map because of the giant lake and the bears. I've literally fished in like every game that I've played. I have like 4 World of Warcraft characters that have max level fishing. Speed? Yeah, you can absolutely watch it on YouTube. It's going right now. I stream on both. But yeah, Twitch kind of tends to be a pain in the butt sometimes, and I'm not sure why. But yeah, I've done fishing in every game that I've played. WoW, Ark. Ark fishing is kind of fun though. I did not anticipate needing honey to fish with. And I'm also waiting to see what they're gonna do with the long drive north. Because I'm kind of excited about that one too. I'm looking for. Oh. Not here. That's right. I gotta go over to... Okay. Brain fog today is just so freaking real. I want to be able to put stuff in the back seat. Let me put something in the back seat. Functional seats would be really cool. Decor items would be really nice too. I've seen some people get super creative with like using the cheese cabinets as like dressers and nightstands in the bedroom. Um, Using the meat cabinets as like a closet type thing. It's pretty funny actually. I've seen some really cool builds. Somebody also made like a hide and seek map and sent in a bunch of pictures of it, and that was really cool too. Auto sausage maker. Yes. I mean, I feel like the electric one is decent, but we also need one that's like fully automated. Can't paint what? Oh, the cabinets? No. I wish you could, but then again, I feel like if I hit the brakes, I feel like if you could like paint the cheese cabinets, that it wouldn't be as fun because all of mine would just end up painted white. Oh, of course I set it up backwards. Oh yeah, I love the greenhouse stuff. I used a lot of the greenhouse stuff for like my barns on the base map and obviously the greenhouse. And I put like a little room on the front of the. Be honest, I'm a fan of the default look as they are. Yeah, me too. I mean, that's why I feel like if I could paint them, I would want to paint them because they don't really go with my whole like bright color scheme. Like my house on the base map was purple. As purple as my hair. Oh yay, sandstorm. That awkward moment when you can't tell if you're cutting wood or if there's a sandstorm because things are just flying at your screen. Have you guys seen that yet? Like the detail in the sandstorm when it comes through where it's got like these little bits of sand that are just falling down your screen? I mean, the retro farmhouse is pretty ranch-like. I just don't like them because I need wide open spaces or I run into things all the time. It's probably because my DPI is set too high, but it'd be like that. So, like, I end up running into stuff all the time, and that kitchen table in that frickin' in that kitchen was so bad. It was terrible. And then you couldn't use like the little peninsula countertop in there to put the sausage grinder on. I also don't like that the stoves in those only hold 2 pots. I wish they held more than that. depressing. I have to go get more wood. Should have counted. Of 16 or 31. Oh god, I can't math today. Alright, so we're just gonna go get a shit ton of wood. The buttload. Do we know how much an actual buttload is? Driving in the storm in cab view is trippy. I haven't tried that. The expensive house has bug when you go upstairs. You keep hitting your head. Yeah, it's the same thing with the PH2. When you're going up and down the stairs, you have to crouch. We know about it, but there's always been like more major bugs to deal with. You know, like people's cows disappearing and stuff. So they're trying to get those out of the way first before they work on the more minor things. That would depend on the size of the butt. Yeah, probably. I'm just hoping I don't get over here to cut more trees down and like a mountain lion decides to come out of nowhere. They 100% remind me of the Thylos from Ark, and I had a bad experience. It was awful. Came out of nowhere, and I was not ready for it. How rude. Stop bouncing. There we go. We're just gonna roll. Okay. Yeah, that's been suggested and requested a lot, and I am right there with you. The farming is still fairly new. Because I think farming was the last like major update before we went to UE5. So it's still fairly new. And it hasn't even been like really, I guess optimized is the word I'm looking for. So like it still makes a lot more sense to like if you're gonna farm, it still just makes more sense to like sell the stuff instead of like trying to put it into the granary to feed your animals or anything, because it's just not really cost efficient at the moment. I think I did the math on it at one point, and it made, I think you finally started to make a profit after like your 20th harvest, I want to say. It was a lot. Economical, thank you. That is the word I was looking for. And here's our next sandstorm already. See what I mean about random? I think that's everybody's biggest complaint right now, is that there's not a cooldown on, like, the weather situation. Oh, can I just make a pile right here, maybe? Without them going all over the place. I don't think I'm gonna get them up this hill. I did not think this through. Story of my life. Maybe? No. Nope. Okay. We're gonna move this down there so we can load this. That is... on. Fine. Stay there. Should have grabbed a logging trailer. Always get the logging trailer. Oh yeah, farming is absolutely a long game thing. They wanted it to be, like, close to reality somewhat. And you can't really, you know, like farming, you're not necessarily just gonna make your money back in one shot. Can I put logs on top too? Oh. I wonder if it's like the UTV was on the base game, where you put the logs on top like that and then you drive off and the log just stays there. That would be hilarious. Oh yeah, that was great. Wait, imagine if you had ranch hands who could milk the cows and make sausages. I mean, you can have ranch hands. How many friends you got? long as the rule of thumb is that the host gets first dibs at the $36,000 ranch. That's in the rules. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily fair to make that a once only thing. Because, I mean, we could do Treasure of the Ancients every few days. Granted, it was half the amount, but, I mean, we could still do that every couple of days, so I feel like that one probably won't happen. I think they're probably just gonna leave that the way it is for now. I do know they really, really want to fix the driving too. The driving is just... In some cars, the driving is really, really fun. Like the new sports car. You can't do anything with the sports car other than just drive it around. But it's so much fun to drive because it's so slippery. It's like Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift 24/7 with that thing, and I love it so much. When I'm like driving around and like testing things, I'd 100% just take the sports car. It's so much fun. I wish they added DLC of a new animal and new production from it. Maybe add new type of fences too. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see some new fence options for sure. As far as animals though, what are you thinking? Please don't say sheep. I swear. As much as I know everybody wants sheep, I hate the idea of putting sheep into the game. I hate it. No, wild trees do not give saplings. Only the planted trees do. I could have gotten some trees and just planted them out here, but... Well, so they did a, like, poll a few years ago. And I guess it came down between sheep and goats. And goats won by, like, a clear margin. So they added the goats into the game. And for the longest time, the sheep just kind of sat there, but weren't available. And everybody's like, when are the sheep coming? When are the sheep coming? And we would always have to tell them, like, they were not added because everyone chose goats instead. And then it was like, oh no, I want I want sheep, I want sheep, I want sheep. We had this one person I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but I'm gonna. So we had this one person who would come into the Discord every single day, and they would request, they would make a suggestion in the suggestions channel to add sheep to the game every single day. Like, this person absolutely did not want this to get buried at all. And we would be like, yeah, okay, you know, we'll pass it on to the team. We'll let them know. Thank you. And the next day, almost like clockwork, almost the same time every day. Please add sheep to the game. Thanks. And I'm like, dude. So at some point, you know, we had to talk to him and just kind of be like, you know, you're, like, we understand you really, really want the sheep, but it's kind of quiet in here right now, and nobody's talked all day, so, like, you're just kind of posting to yourself at this point, and it's kind of spammy, so can you please not? And he was like, oh yes, sure, sorry, and then every day he would still come in and do it. I'm like, dude! Just because of that guy, I hope they never add sheep. We do not negotiate with terrorists. Bacon would be nice addition. Yeah? I mean, that could be really cool. He must have been a Kiwi. They love sheep. I don't actually know if he was from New Zealand. We have a Kiwi on staff, actually. And I make fun of him about sheep all the time. Maybe llamas. Oh, llamas would be cool. Or like alpacas or something. That would be fun. But only if, like, you make them mad and then they spit on you. Because I just think that would be hilarious. Yeah, Speed, I don't know what's actually going on with that. My bad. I'll check it later. And see what's up there, because it's not showing me anything in my settings. I am not a dev. I am a moderator, but I also help with, like, tech support. Why? Do you have an issue? Do you need some help? More cougars to make it a bit more dangerous off the ranch. Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, speaking of the cougars and the mountain lions and stuff, I think I have figured out that the, like, mountain lions and stuff are kind of spawning day by day while you're in the game. So if you, like, only play for an hour and then you log out, you might not see any. But if you're on for, like, I mean, I've seen some people where they're playing like 12 to 14 hours a day on here. and they have no problem finding any of the predators or wildlife of any kind. So, a little hint there to see if that might be the problem. Live in the suggestion tab, and I was just curious if anyone actually sees. Oh yeah, so the devs are actually in the Discord, so they can see the suggestions and stuff. And then also, the publishing team, so anybody in there with a red name, looks at all the suggestions, and they kind of compile a list of like the most requested stuff, and they send that off to the devs, and talk about it during their meetings for the roadmap and stuff. Shane, the hunger and thirst bars are kind of unlikely to happen. Just because this is kind of supposed to be a little more relaxed than that. They spawn the same time daily at Ghost Town? Ah. Well, see, there we go then. I haven't actually tested the theory. I've just noticed that, like, the more that I drive around and do stuff in the game, the more predators that I seem to see. Definitely need this. We can just fill this up instead of filling up the back of the car. Are you gonna let me do it from there? No. Okay. Oh yeah. Fat finger to key. Shut off my ignition. But I'm attached. Oh, let's see. We do all have wish lists, yeah, for sure. Cause like, I mean, I would love, I want fishing. I want the fishing. If they can make it happen, I want to make it happen. That would probably be number one on my wish list. That, and please add some overalls to the character creation screen, because I would like to have the full ranch experience. I need boots, I need overalls, and I need the cowboy hat. And then we're good. I will be happy. Hashtag put overalls in Ranch Simulator. I'm gonna start a petition. Please give us a wheelbarrow for purchase at the hardware store so we can process our own cement, just like how we process logs into planks, and allow us to build cement blocks for more options of building. I mean, maybe. I feel like they would have to give us mining in that case. Oh yeah, the straw in the mouth and everything. Absolutely. I can't read and drive at the same time, guys. Any chance they're gonna make this trailer you're using also haul planks? I don't know. Maybe? I wish. That would be really nice. I mean, I typically use the car trailer for planks though, just because it kind of makes it easier to line them up straight and everything. Um, I don't know if they would add the mining because I feel like that's not strictly part of the ranching experience. So I don't think they would go there. They should allow the log holder to be placed on trailers. Hey, that was my idea back in the day too. I was like, I would like to have some way to stack the logs properly. And then we ended up with the log trailer, which is nice, and I love it. But definitely for the long hauling, I wish it was kind of bigger. I mean, they added a drill rig. That is true. Snap feature for planks like they have for logs would be nice. Saloon? What saloon? Who have you been talking to? It's a family-friendly game. We don't have no saloons here. My main wish is an entry to the ranch. Give us some options of an entry with varied material amounts, etc. Yeah, I kind of like the entry to the base game ranch. You know, the old wooden one. I really liked that one, and I would have loved to have been able to like keep it permanently and just kind of like freshen it up or something. I actually kept it on my ranch. Um, and then I used it to line up two foundation pieces inside of it so that I could make like a roadway in the middle of my ranch. So I have yet to create the ultimate ranch build, but I think I'm getting pretty close. Oh my gosh. Wild trees go back. Um, I did not ask them if the wild trees grow back on this one. Um, I would say just like for sure don't cut any down that you like want to keep for aesthetics. Um, but you can always plant more trees. Oh, there is that. I mean, if you don't want to cut trees down, just go buy the tree seeds and plant those and then cut those down because you will have more than enough tree seeds to plant again. Like, I thought I was being so smart because I went and I bought 100 tree seeds to do the horse and tree update video. Went and bought 100 tree seeds and I planted them all. And then, I was like, okay, I've got to cut all this down so I can see, like, how many, like, logs you get and how many tree seeds you get back and all this stuff. And Y'all, I had so many tree seeds. I was like, what do I do with all of these? So then me being the person that I am, I was like, oh, well, I'll just stick them on the log trailer for now. And I stuck one on the log trailer and it turned into a log. I was like, oh, sneaky, sneaky, Mr. Dev. Thank you very much. People are still finding out that the tree seeds turn into logs when you put them on the log trailer. And it is hilarious to watch. Bigger lawnmower, please. Yeah, I would like to see a lawnmower attachment for the trailer. Not for the trailer. Good lord. The words today. For the tractor. Because I am from a very, 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 very small town in the very, 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 very south of Alabama. So my grandfather was a farmer, my dad was a farmer, like, you know, so I kind of know about all of this stuff. And funny enough, my younger brother, I don't know if he still does it, but I know back in the day, him and his girlfriend actually ran a bush hogging company where they would bring the bush hog attachment out on the back of the tractor and they would just like mow your entire yard. Like you got a bunch of little bushes and stuff you want to get rid of, they would just bring the bush hog. I don't know what the technical term for it is because we always just called it a bush hog. So maybe it's like a lawnmower attachment. I know the like Department of Transportation here uses them to cut the grass down on the side of the interstates and stuff too. Wardrobe in the house that when you select on it you get the option to change clothes instead of going back to the main menu. I would love that. Um Yeah, I mean, a lot of these are the same suggestions that we see all the time. It's just finding ways to do them. Oh, wait, I have a bug buying a pet. As soon as I try to mess with the pet, the game crashes. Um, Gibbles, have you tried going into your settings and turning on either your DLSS or you may have FSR, set that to balanced, and then um, set your max FPS to 60. That helps to smooth out the game quite a bit, so that you don't have crashing like that. As far as interacting with the pet, I'm guessing that you're like trying to get it into the car to go home with you. Whistle at it. You just have to press H while your little dot is on the dog and it'll say, dog is now following you, and then get in your car and the dog jumps in the passenger seat. Wait a minute. You can put the tree seeds on the saw too? Oh, that's nuts. I love it. And it just turns into a log and gets cut at the same time. That's brilliant. Alright. We're gonna have to move this car again. I'm tired of running back and forth. This is why we need ranch hands. I think my ranch hand is currently asleep. Rude. If I thought the Chaos Twins would actually go for it, I would have them get on the stream next week and play Ranch Sim 2, but those two, oh my gosh. Despite the fact that they are 7 and 10, it would still not be safe for kids. Oh yeah, Speed. That is because for some reason the way the game seems to operate is it will take every single bit of your like GPU if you let it. It will use up every bit of space that it possibly can. So it tends to kind of overload, especially if your graphics card is not the newest thing in the world. It can overload it a little bit, and then it makes it so hard to do anything. I had one not too long ago. I was rocking like I think it was a RX 580, and if I set it to anything higher than 60 FPS, it was awful. Can you place items in the trunk of the sports car you buy? No. The sports car does not have a trunk. I haven't checked the front of it to see if the front opens, though. So maybe it has a frunk. But I don't think it does. Yeah, no, the sports car, it doesn't you can't put anything in the trunk of it. You can't, connect it to a trailer. It is literally just for spending money on. Running on an old 1060 Ti? Holy Moses. Yeah. Yeah. That's a grandpa of a graphics card for sure. Turn off. Wasting my gas like that. Really? Turn it on. Put it in. Would like to have a dirt bike or a chainsaw. Yeah, that could be cool. Well, I mean, Gibbles, that's the way that it was intended. That is just for spending money on. Sports car is for when you have done all of the things, all of your production is up and running, you've finished, getting achievements and stuff like that, and you're just like running around doing like PvP with your friends or racing or, stuff like that. The sports car, I mean, it's $15,000. The most expensive ranch is $36,000. So it's kind of just for spending money on, just to have something to buy so you can say that you did. I'm hoping that they do add some more stuff as far as like being able to make a pathway, I don't know about building a fire. I feel like knowing me, it would kind of be like the one in Ark, where if you stand on it, you burn yourself to death. And knowing me, I'd be the one to stand on it and then, like, AFK. Go sleep. I don't want it to be dark. So much wood. Barn needs a backdoor option for the build, so can choose if you want no door or door. Just a little hint for you, Shane. Take the front part of the barn, turn it around, and stick it on the back of the barn. That's what I've always done, and I love the look of it. Yeah, exactly what Hawk said. Just put the front door on the back. Just spin it around, stick it on the back. It works beautifully. Having more kitchen utilities like a blender or juicer would be great. Yeah, I did. Wait, scrolling. Be great for processing our own juice, wines to sell, allow us to buy bottles at the general store to fill, stack, and sell juice. I hear you on the juice. They're probably not going to do that with wine, because again, family-friendly game. Yes, Seto, hello, I am live. Bro. That my motto for the day is thinking is hard. I've had like 3 cups of coffee today, still can't wake up. I want to go nap. And it's not going to happen because the Chaos Twins start spring break in like 2 hours. And as much as I love them, I am about to be at my wit's end. It's going to be a week of nothing but Roblox and Minecraft. I'm not ready for it. family friendly. We shoot each other but can't make wine. Hey, if if you choose to shoot each other, that is on you. And honestly, I've had some super fun times doing that. It is hilarious to shoot each other. But yeah, I don't know that they're ever gonna add like wine or alcohol of any kind to the game. Just because I feel like someone would have an issue with that. Um, I do have a Discord chain. It is linked in the description. And if it's not in the description, then it is in the channel description. I don't think the wagon, yeah, the wagon doesn't hold any animals. Okay. Going cheap. Gotta hold on to this money. Okay. Get some pigs and some feed and all that fun stuff. Oh, I gotta buy a bucket too. And a water thingy. Oh, okay. Turn too soon? They definitely should add a whiskey distillery. Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, the bees are, they're not, so the bee trees are not like the trees that we had on the base game. They are further up, like into the leaves of the tree. Can we build a walk-in freezer to store meat? I would love that. I don't want to buy the male one yet, because I know it's going to be really bad when I do. I'm going to need a bucket for sure. Water tank. Screw it. We'll buy her too. Get it done all at once. Okay. Please don't make babies in my UTV. Thank you. I think they're going to anyway. Oh, that's right. You can't put it. Man. It has been so long since I started over again on this freaking game that I don't remember half of the stuff that... Oop. What I get for looking at the chat again. Okay. I'm looking. Instead of seeing all these cars drive around the map just to create roadblocks and 1,000 eggs, 30 goats, 50 pigs, and too many crashes later. Yeah. Can they add a hunting knife to the game? I've just been sitting here talking, going, oh, did I mute myself? I can't remember. Another community question. Do the bees reproduce like livestock? They do not. So you have to collect 5 beehives to fill up the 5 frames of the bee box. Where did I go? Oh, I didn't go anywhere. I've just been sitting here chilling out. You know, talking to myself like I do. Stay here. Chase it! Okay. Disappeared when you started reading my comment about the hunting knife. Oh no! Okay. So yeah, I don't know if they're planning on adding a hunting knife or anything like that. For that, you would probably need to go into the official Discord and post in the suggestions channel so that they see that. Um, I usually pass on the suggestions and stuff that I get in the comments and bug reports from the comments and stuff like that. I definitely pass those on to the team. But it is nice if you guys always go in there and post that stuff as well. So they know where it's coming from and it's not just me. Water hose would be great to soften the soil for the pigs to make mud. I don't know if they're going to go that far into it, Speed. I mean, it definitely has a lot of potential. But it is a simulator game. So I don't know if they're going to go that far down with it. You know what I mean? That detailed. The idea was to make the livestock buck and run when you pull it out of the truck or trailer. Um, so that is just part of the mechanics of the game that the devs put in. Because I mean, if you leave a gate open, your livestock are gonna definitely get out. How did I just run out of gas? That's rude. That's very rude. Oh, okay, that's fine. Luckily, we were right here. Oh wow, this one's almost out of gas too. Rude. But yeah, I mean, they take off running. Thankfully, once they're inside the fence, they don't tend to take off running like that, but that initial getting them out of the trailer or getting them out of the car sometimes is just, they make a beeline. What was that one meme? Why are you running? That's me every time the pigs come out. Why are you running? Oh. Here I was about to get cocky about my driving. Like, yeah, I was slick. And then I hit the fence. Good job. There we go. What? Anybody got some bungee cords? Can I create a suggestion channel on my Discord? I mean, I guess I could. I could do that later on today, for sure. Y'all, me sitting here reading this chat and trying to drive ain't it. I'm telling you. The cow does come off triggered. That cow is out there running for their life for no reason. Like, especially the dairy cows. Like, where are you going? I'm about to feed you and take care of you, and all you have to do is give me milk twice a day. Like, you're about to get a name and everything. I don't name my beef cows. Or my pigs, for that matter. Well, I name the first two that I get every time. But typically, they're just like mommy and daddy. And then the rest of them just... They don't even get names. This is day 5. By day 10, he's gonna be gone. Seriously, what is the point of the water cooler? It was to give you... It's just to give you a starting point to have water readily available on the ranch. And then, like, once it's empty, you can sell it back at the hardware store, but it gives you time to, like, get the stuff together to, like, make a well or make a windmill and get all of that stuff set up and situated. Alright. They're fed. Let's see. Hey, Ully, do you think they will make our character have more in-depth features like hunger and thirst core, also the need to take a shower after cleaning up so many damn droppings? I don't think they're gonna give us like a hunger and thirst bar. I think that's gonna be a little more in depth than what they want to go with the game. That could happen at some point. I'm not saying that it won't. I'm saying I don't think that it's likely. Um, and no, I do not have Instagram or TikTok. I don't use it, but I can see how it might be helpful to others. Um, yeah, I mean it's helpful when you're getting started out, so you don't have to spend all of that money to put up a windmill and stuff right away. So it's definitely helpful in that regard. Um, it's just everybody plays differently. I named my first two beef cow bulls after my favorite cuts of meat so I wouldn't ship them to the processing plant when they started doing that bull work. Nice. Yeah, I think my beef cows were. What did I name them? I don't remember what I named them. Because I think they have like a couple's name. But I can't remember what exactly I named my beef cows. I know that my horses were Martha and Tom. And then all of my dairy cows have like old lady names. So like Agnes, Beulah, Clementine, stuff like that. And then of course Daisy, because Daisy is just a cow's name for some reason. I've been milking once a day. Yep, nope, you can do it twice a day at 0800 and 1600. Yep, overlapping the quests is a great idea, Seto. That's typically what I do with it, at least on the base game. On here, they're a little more spread out, so sometimes it's a little bit harder to do it. But the Fox quest, and the Predator quest are really good to overlap. My first two pigs named Al and Peggy. Oh yeah. Love and marriage, love and marriage. I'm old, okay? I'm way too old. We need a melee attack. I vote slap for testing purposes. Nice. Not ribeye and prime rib. That's awful. We're on, what, this is our third or fourth sandstorm now in 4 days. Seems legit. Alright. Make sure these guys are eating. Yeah, look fine. You look fine. Okay. Stay in there. Got my little mattress out here. I'm not worried about building a house over here because my plan is to only have these pigs and set up a little, just like a table to put the grinder and stuff on. The names they get now are the day they are born. Oh yeah, I mentioned that in I think it was the pigs video where I just name them the day that they're born. And it really helps when you're trying to figure out, like, are they ready to harvest? Are they not ready to harvest? Like, do they still need more time? Because pigs, they take 5 days to reach adulthood. And then by day 8? They're ready to harvest. So, I mean, if it's born on day 5, by day 13 that it's time to go. And then you don't have to waste extra time and extra food feeding them and wondering if they're fully ready or not. What are your thoughts on a weed whacker for cutting tighter areas around coops, fences, etc.? I don't really have an opinion on it. Because I've used the lawnmower a couple of times, but I'm not, like, I like having the grass. So I don't tend to cut it down. And then if it's so much that it's bothering me, I just kind of go into the options and change the ground clutter a little bit. But yeah, fun stuff. So I am going to give these guys some time to do what they do. And I am going to call it for today. I will not be streaming next Friday because, like I said, that is spring break for the Chaos Twins, and as much fun as watching pigs run for the hills is, I'm not letting those kids on the save. I would I would absolutely like to maintain my nice clean lines and fences and s week off to spend some time with them. And so I will see you guys, I think it's the 28th? The 28th. So not next Friday, but the Friday after. I'll be back. In the meantime, please keep posting your suggestions. They're awesome and we love to see it. Definitely join the official Ranch Simulator Discord, especially if you're having issues with your animals disappearing or dying unexpectedly. We're working on a fix for that right now. And yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Make sure you join my Discord. I've got all of the maps for stuff for the DLC are in there, and I've got some save files in there where they have extra money, and I might even put a copy of this save file in there since it has the two oil nodes in the middle of the map, so everything's kind of centrally located. I'm sorry, Speed. I have to. The Chaos Twins get out of school soon, so I have to go get them, and that's gonna be a whole thing. So, but all right, you guys. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Tip your bartenders and wait staff, and don't take any wood nickels. All right. That's awesome. Please come join me in the Discord. I'm sorry I have to. But, as always, thanks for watching and happy ranching.